What the deal, my good peoples? This is Lucky Reacts. I'm your host. You guessed it, Lucky. Man, what's good today, man? How y'all feeling? How's everybody? How's everything going? Huh? No, really, I'm asking. How you doing? I hope all is well. I really hope your weekend was wonderful. Now, even though I'm playing like I'm talking to you in real life, I actually am concerned, and I really do hope your weekend was awesome. I do hope your day is going great. If it isn't, and it wasn't, I really hope that turns around for you, because this world sucks a lot, sometimes. It can be nasty and dirty and rude, right? And mean. But we got to hold on to the good parts. You know what I mean? We have to hold on to the good parts. That's what metal is about. You know, when the world tried to, I got your story. I got some of your history. I got some of the evils that was going on back in the 70s and 60s and 80s and 90s, depending on your age. So I know how evil the world can be, how rude and nasty and mean the world can be. And you found your tribe that way, right? In metal, you found your tribe. You found the good parts. And in those good parts, you flourished. And in your flourishing, we're here all today, unified under one umbrella of dopeness. So, I really do hope you're okay. I hope you're doing great. Me, I'm doing well. And thanks for asking. A lot of you asking in the comments, how am I doing? How have I been? How's it going? I know I've expressed things to you in earlier videos, and I really am really transparent with how I feel and things I deal with mentally. So I do appreciate when you all check in on me and see how I'm doing. I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. I'm doing better. I would say better than ever, really, now. I think I'm really coming to grips with a lot of things in my life. What I want, how I want to be perceived, what I find joy in, my new community, this genre of music that I love so much. I'm finding really dope ways to even think and express myself, even in this genre of music. So, thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I'm not nobody who's really truly healed from it all, right? But I am in a good space, and I appreciate you checking on me. It means the world to me, truly. I'm not gonna, do my TED talk on mental health or depression today. So we're gonna get right into this video. This is this reaction I'm going to do is a group that was not a group that's been requested, obviously, and I've done a couple of songs by them before. This is SLAYER, and the song is called "South of Heaven." It was requested recently in a premiere of one of my reaction videos, and I said, yeah, let's do it. I'll do it next week. So this is me doing it. This is me keeping my word. I'm knocking it out. This is SLAYER, "South of Heaven." Let's get right into it. I know this about to come in crazy.
An unforeseen feature nestles somewhere in time. Unsuspecting victims, no warnings, no signs.
Sorry, but me, I'm still, learning these groups, and one of the beautiful things about, exploring a genre that's new to you and exploring these new bands and these new sounds, you're always left with the unexpected. Um, I don't know where this song is going. I know we just started, just in the beginning, first verse. Um, but it wasn't what I thought, which is a good thing. Not that what I thought was a bad thing. Slayer's killer. We already know they're dope. We done this song before. We done a couple of songs before. They know they're dope. But I didn't think this tempo, and which is weird because why could everything doesn't have to be like high speed, even though it may go there, right? But I'm always left with the unexpected, which is pretty exciting when you're finding out things about genres and bands that you're finding out about, you're researching about, that you're living with. So this is cool. It sounds really really dope too.
Forgotten children conform a new fate. Avidity lost control by hate. The never-ending search for your shattered sanity. Souls of damnation in their own reality. Chaos rampant in an age of distrust. Confrontations, impulsive habitat.
Oh, oh, damn tempo.
Bastard sons begat your cunting daughters, promiscuous mothers with your incestuous fathers. Ingrate souls condemned for all eternity, obtained by more observers, a dominary deity. Chaos rampant in an age of distrust. Confrontations, impulsive silver. Only knows out of heaven. Only knows out of heaven. Only knows out of heaven.
I'm sorry I stopped it there. You know what I love about metal too, or this song in particular, is that I love how it's pretty cool to hear people's perspective on how they view things, right? Um, I can't claim to necessarily say I know exactly what the song is about, but it sounds like they're describing it. They're describing this modern society as they see it, right? And it's so poetic in the words they use with how they deem this society that we're in. And when you think about it, there's yes, there's good people all over the world, right? We know that. There's good people in the world that are thriving, that are incredible, great families. There's great people in business. There's amazing people in the world with good moral character. But we know that there's tons of people, and I can't wait it to see who's what or whatever, but I would say there's a majority of people that are just very evil and very nasty. And I don't want to think that. You know what I mean? I know sometimes the ugly few seem like the many, right? But it feels like the world we're in, like this sounds like the world we're in. And you couldn't necessarily describe it that way if the moral many, the moral few were the many, right? Or the people who are actually good people and love one another and value human life and respect one another. If they were the masses, the overall, then it'd be hard to make a song like this because it wouldn't typically make sense. But the reason why we resonate with so much with a song like this is because when we walk around, this is what it feels like. This is what I'm looking at. When I turn on my phone in the morning and I turn on whatever app or whatever, the first thing I see is somebody killed somebody died, somebody kidnapped somebody's trafficking somebody before I even see anything positive. Or you turn on the news, it's a bunch of heinous stuff happening. So it's like, and then the president said something crazy, and this person, and there's a war going on, this country, and it just feels like this. But which makes it poetic, the music, because I'm not sure when the song was created. I mean, it's not new, so that means whenever he wrote this song, whenever they or whoever wrote the song, 2026 is still going on, and it still feels like this, and it still feels sick, it still feels dirty, it still feels nasty, and but the skill part, as far as props to the writers of the music, the skill part captures it so perfectly because it feels like what I'm hearing and what I'm reading on the screen. It feels like it's not foreign to me. You know what I mean? That's the beauty in songwriting, which I think is dope. Hats off to the writers also. Sorry.
South of heaven, only no south of heaven, only no south of heaven. Root of all evil is the heart of a black soul. A false that has lived all eternity. The never-ending search for a truth never told. The loss of our hope and your dignity.
Ooh, drummer going up.
Open an age of distrust. Confrontation, symbols of attack. Only no south of heaven. Only no south of heaven. Only no south of heaven.
That's hard, man.
Only no south of heaven.
Nasty at the end. Wow. Wow. Uh, yeah, man, that was dope. And you know, it wasn't what I came in ready for, like super speed thrash. They brought the tempo down a little bit, and what's cool about that is I think this song was perfect for you know punching back a little bit. Um, the message was clear, in my opinion. I think that's that's what it sounds like. Um, the moderns the play on modern society, how they see it, and what's actually going on, what's beneath the surface. When you peel back these layers, and you see the sick filth and scum of this world just out on Front Street, it's it looks like it's a regular thing. It's common. You know what I mean? And I think here's the thing too for all the new people getting into metal, myself included. You know, I'm doing the work always, but I've checked myself with how you view songs and how they're going to be perceived. I think what happens is if you take a group like Slayer, you may look at the logo, you may look at the title South of Heaven, right? And immediately have these assumptions about what you think the song is, right? And I think in a lot of ways, Satanism is a cheap way out, right? Because a lot of times people outside of metal try to put Satanism on everybody, right? And and I understand in some ways also because you have a group called Slayer, you got the logo, and you have a song called South of Heaven. right? I know what it looks like, but it's the reason why I tend to listen to people. It's the reason why my ears are always open to hear, so I can understand and not just visually judge. Because I also understand these eyes come with a certain experience and perspective that came up a certain kind of way. And a lot of the things I know I've saw, hear, and experienced, whether it's propaganda, trauma, all these things, and you start to put those experiences and trauma and programmed views on everything around you and everything you see. You can't do that. So it's the reason why I'm always open-minded to hear. I'm hearing this song and I was like, that's not about what you would think it's about, right? And if it metaphorically is genius, it's perfect. Especially when talking about this society that we're in right now, 2026. You want to peel back the curtains and really talk about what's going on? Like, hell's going to sound like Disneyland compared to if you look behind the curtain and see what's actually going on. So that's why it's important that we listen for ourselves and we give things a chance for ourselves. We judge for ourselves. Don't get me wrong, the average, and I'm not talking crap about Christians, but the average Christian would have never listened to that song. Just on the thought of idea, what they think is a thing, but I'm not your average Christian. I am Christian, and I love God. I love Jesus Christ. But I understand how religion has put a bad taste in people's mouths, to say the least. To say the least. You know what I mean? And that's not how the body of Christ should be represented. And that's not how I represent it. I lead with love, I listen, and then I react from there. But not from a skewed standpoint or a blurred vision of what I think is going on. So props to Slayer in that, man. South of Heaven, another dope song. The drummer, man, the drummer. Don't get me wrong, the guitars doing their thing, but the drummer in this one, to me, really, really, really shined. The drummer really, really shined. Awesome song, South of Heaven, Slayer. Slayer, once again, have proven that they are the reason why you hear why they are the way they are. And they names are held so high when it comes to one of the big four. One of the kings of this metal thing, and Thrash and Excellence, and that was dope. I'm glad I got to experience that. If you made it this far, man, I appreciate you guys. I know some of y'all probably bowed out already. It's all good. For those who are still here, could you like the video, please? Subscribe if you aren't subscribed. I'll have many more reactions to get to, many more guests to bring on the show. I'm looking to do some interviews and stuff also. And also, I do want to say, next week, so this should be posted. I'm recording this. This should be posted. This should be posted Monday. Monday the 22nd is today. Today should be Monday 22nd. Anyway, next week, or I'll say the first week of July, we're doing women in metal. Right? We're talking about whether a woman sings lead or vocalist, or she's a lead vocalist, an all women band group, but we're highlighting women who have paved the way, and just legendary fucking beast of women in metal. We're promoting them all the first week of July is women in metal. I got some really, really dope groups in mind, some bands in mind, some vocalists in mind, some songs in mind. I'm getting a lot of help with my good friend Hayne. You'll be seeing Hayne a lot soon. Me and Hayne, we're gonna do our live streams where we'll do. I think we're gonna live stream on Sundays. We're gonna do a recap of the week prior, right? So I got a lot of different ideas for y'all, man. I'm gonna lay down. So I'm excited about what we have for the future of the channel. I just want to grow with y'all, build more community, start doing hangouts, start doing meetups. I'm with it all, man. So yes, like the video, subscribe to the video, hype the video if you can, man, and hang out. Continue hanging out. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Rock on.
Woo!